Please, Pete.
My name's Peter Leather Jacket. I was born in Knutsford in Cheshire in 1956, and I've travelled the globe riding racehorses all my life, all over America, even Virginia and Florida. Well, let's start off when I was a young kid growing up. Let's get the story right first. When I was that high, from a knee, from a grasshopper, tugging on my mother's apron strings, I said, "Mum, I'm not from this life. I've had other lives before." Right? That was the first words I could put together. I know where I've come from. I know where I'm going. People might think I'm crazy. I don't give a damn. I know I've had other lives before.
How old were you then?
Oh, about. I could put sentences together. About three. Right? And I know three lives I've had. I won't get into that now, but we're going to get onto the UFOs that I've seen in my life. But I can tell you a whole series about this world. I must get on the stage one day and start talking, because when I was 10, there was a UFO came over our house in broad daylight, and the neighbours saw it, my granddad saw it. My dad didn't see it because he was further up the way. And the next day it was all over Manchester, this UFO. But it came over right over my granddad's garden. And it was a big mothership, right? It was, if you're going back now to when I was 10 years old, jumbo jets were just being invented. There was no such thing of a big thing in the skies. And this thing came over and it was just hovering above the garden, and there was portholes in it. I could see figures, human figures, not bloody aliens as we know, but they were human figures. I could see long blonde hair, and they were waving at the windows, and I carried on waving at them like I was 10-year-old, and it was a beautiful hot day like we've got today. I was sat on my granddad's chicken hutch on the roof, and the tire was melting, and I'm like that going, waving to them, and I looked at my granddad and the neighbours, and they were a bit worried. I said, "What is it, Granddad?" "Oh, it's little green men." I said, "No, I need more than this." That started me off onto, there's got to be more than this. They actually were waving to me. This was a beautiful craft. You couldn't believe it. It was just, part of it was spinning around. This is in broad daylight, with portholes. There was part of the whole thing was spinning around, but this thing stayed still, where they were waving to me. Anyway, it went behind this white cloud in them days, puffs of white clouds, and it was gone. That's what started me off on the whole thing about. Well, I've always known about life after death. I know when we all die, we are going somewhere else. This is nothing. We're in a shell, right? I just know it. I just know it inside, I can't explain it to you unless you believe me. But I've always known that, And then that was when I was 10. And when I was in 1976, when I was 20, there was a sighting in Epsom. I was working in Epsom in racing, horse racing, right where the Derby starts, right? Where the English Derby starts, that's where I saw the next one, when I was 20. And that was a landing. This was a smaller craft, a beautiful craft, about the size, a nice size, not very big, but a nice size, bigger than this room, but...
This is the one that was in the field?
This is the one that landed and the person got out, came towards me, and it was out of this world,
Can you describe how it started?
Yeah, we're walking back from Langley Vale, which is that side of the downs, walking back to Epsom. And I had this guy with me, a mate of mine, and it came down. I heard this, nothing much, it was like a whirling, not a whirling sound, but nothing much, I looked behind me and said, I went, Christ, look at that. And this guy started to panic straight away. I said, what are you on about? Whoa, 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 whoa. And it landed. And that was sound, basically. Flashing these lights, flashing these, an haze around it, blue haze around it, flashing these. Occasionally, after about 5 seconds, it flashed these, and you could see the whole outline of the craft. It would flash over about 5 seconds, you could see the whole...
Was there any color to the flashing?
No, just a bright light. It was a blue haze around
And
it.
there was a blue haze around it.
And it flash every 5 seconds, and you could see the whole outline then. I said, oh, this is fantastic, I said to him. Brilliant. And it landed about on the top of the ridge as we were walking down, we were down the bottom. I said, this is fantastic.
What time of night was it?
About, I would say about 11:30, or 11:20, something like that. So anyway, it landed. So I said, hang about. And he's walking down the ridge like that. There was a tall person, very tall person, one fitted garment that fitted him like an athlete or a swimmer today, like, you know, all thin, you know, all gripped him like. And came walking towards it. You could just see the outline. It was a lovely moonlight night. The stars were out. You just see this outline of this, like an athlete, very tall athlete coming down towards us. And he had some kind of red glow in his hand, like a torch. No, but there was no beam of it. Just like a red glow, but there was no beam of it. Well, have you ever seen a man panic as much as my mates? Then you see the fear, you know. He's got a ray gun, you know. And I said, don't be stupid, just hang about. I was looking for it, I was waiting for it. But he panicked so much, right? He pissed himself with fear, you know, which you do, you know. He actually pissed himself. I've got to get out of here, got to get out. And he's dragging me away, and I'm going, no, don't go. And he's making me uptight, you know, thinking, I was away from this guy about maybe 20 metres away, you know, on feet, no, maybe, I don't know, metres out in the whole change now.
Did you see him, did like a door open on the craft, or did you
No,
just...
we didn't see that.
You just saw the flashing light, someone came walking
The
in.
craft was a bit on top of the hill. But we knew it landed, as he was walking towards it, it kept just flashing off the hill. Every 5 seconds it kept flashing off this beautiful shape. You could see in that flash. Apart from that, it was like a blue haze around it, you know, with light, the odd light, you know. And he got to about, what did I say, 20 feet, no, maybe more, 20 yards away from us. And he's grabbing me like that, come on, he's got a ray gun, he's going to kill us. And he was panicking so much that this guy, at the end of the day, locked himself in his bedroom for a week with wardrobes against his door and windows. It was only when his mum opened the door for his food, he wouldn't come out. That's how much he panicked. You know? Honest to God. Anyway, after he dragged me away, the nearest road to us was about 300 yards away. And we ran into the road at that time at night. And going back to 1976 now. And there was the odd car coming up the road. And he jumped straight in front of me like that. Stop. I said, get out of the way, you... Anyway, the car stopped. And just by a chance, it was one of the guys he works with, you know, because they all work around that area. He went, bloody hell, Pete. He said, what are you doing? He said, that's another Pete. His name is Pete as well. That's two Petes. Unbelievable. And he said, we just seen, stop, there's a bloody UFO over there. And he looked back with his girlfriend, and we saw it taking off. And it just went up like that, no noise. He must have thought, well, sod you then. You don't want to know me. He's got back in his craft. Up it come like that, at tree level, and then off the way. That was sound. So we went down to the police station. We're all buzzing by this time, you know. Went down the, well, going crazy. Went down the police station in old days in 1976. There's an old copper there, like sergeant with a mug of tea. We all came running in. By this time we got down there, it'd be about, going on about 10 to 12. And he went, settle down, what's going on, you know? We just seen a UFO and all. So I filled the whole, in them days they had a thing, that what you seen, draw it and tell it what colour it was, what everything was. And I filled it all in like that. And by the time we got out of the police station, it was about, it had gone 1 o'clock. And in them days, my mum and dad didn't even have a phone, you know. I said, if you want me, you have to phone the office up. Any emergency, phone the office up. If I didn't ring them in them days, it was ringing a red box up at a certain time, you know. So anyway, we filled it all in, went to bed. I went to work next morning. I started work at 6:30 that next morning. I'm talking from 1 o'clock now to 6:30. I got in the yard, there was a phone call for me in the office. I went, oh Christ, it's me granddad or somebody or whatever, you know. I picked up the phone. Hello? He went, Mr. Leather? I said, yes. About that UFO you saw last night. I said, who are you? He said, never mind who the hell I am. About that UFO you saw. I said, wait a minute, mate, who are you? He said, what you saw was a weather balloon. I said, what the hell's this? I said, no, I just, you know, a weather balloon? You're talking out your head, aren't you? He said, I'm telling you, you saw a weather balloon. Keep your mouth shut. Like that, basically, you know, on the phone. I went, I won't say what I won't swear on camera, but I just went, you know,
Feel free.
Put the phone down. Now in those days, to get a letter, you know, you're talking about, you know, 3 days to get a letter. The very next day there was a letter for me in the office. Please come to the UFO meeting in Manchester. Now they must have known where I come from, because that's where I, you know, roughly where I come from. You know, I'm 10 miles from Manchester. And I showed it to the trainer who I work for, the local work for. He said, well, go and have a long weekend off and go up and see you. So anyway, I went up there, and there was a big pub in Manchester. I took my mate with me. Thank God I did take my mate with me, because you know what happened. I said, come on. He was at home. I went, pleased to see him. I said, come on, go on a UFO meeting. It'd be quite interesting, I thought, you know. So I went to this massive big pub in Manchester, and I went to the barman. I said, where's this UFO meeting, mate? He went, what UFO meeting? What are you on about? I said, I've got this address here to come to. And he said, oh, a few guys have ordered what do you call it? Had the bloody bar below.
They reserved a room below.
Reserved the room below. Stop saying that's the word.
Downstairs.
Reserved the room below. So we're not heard of them. They're down there. So I went down the stairs and I knocked on this door. The door was locked. I tried to open it. The door opened. He went, Mr. Leather? I said, yeah. Come in, we've been waiting for you. And I thought, and in there, I'm not kidding you, there was, be careful, you're showing this in America, I don't want to come back, no comebacks on this. In there was, they were all in bloody, like, white gowns and pants and pens. There was all races. There was, you name it, Japanese, Chinese, Indians, whatever. They were all in there, right?
About how many people?
I would say about 30 odd people, in there, just waiting for me. And I'm thinking I'm going to a UFO meeting where I can sit back and relax and watch it. They're all waiting for me. And they grilled me for about 5 hours, or 3 hours, I say. Shutting time, we have to get out. About 3 hours.
What did they ask you?
Oh, everything. What was the colour of this, colour of that? Every single detail. And at the end of the I drew what I saw, in a big picture like that. And I'm thinking, what's good? And my mate just sat there like that. I'm thinking, bloody hell, they were grilling me about every single colour, what colour this, what happened this, what did this, and everything, telling me about my mate. And I didn't even dare to tell him who my mate was, because that would have freaked him out completely, There's no way they were going to find him, No, I said, no, I don't know, I don't know where he lives, There's no way, because that would have been freaked him out completely. Anyway, at the end of the day, he said to me, oh, yeah, it's probably a weather balloon, and don't worry about it. But he said, do you mind if we keep that picture you've drawn? And they kept it like that. And I got out there and I thought, bloody hell, I was looking on my way back for a long while after that, But that's what, I couldn't believe it. There's no such thing.
Did anybody else?
I found out later on that there's no such thing as the guy had this UFO base or anything, or whatever it was. It didn't exist. It did not. They were all there in white clothes and pens. No, I couldn't believe it.
It wasn't a UFO society.
No. They grilled me for about 3 hours, And And then at the end of the day, they were trying to tell me that what I saw was a weather balloon.
And
But
these
they
are-
wanted to keep the picture of what I drew.
These are people of all races?
All races, yes.
How strange.
Chinese, Japanese, you name it. Indians.
Africans?
They were all there, all kinds of races.
Did they all wear the same clothing?
All wear the same clothing, they all went out with no pants and pens. And they grilled me for about 3 hours.
Never heard of
But
that.
be careful now, I don't want this coming out again. I don't want anybody looking up my back again. But I'm telling you, that's all that happened, right? And that's all that happened. But I know what I saw.
Was that the end of it? Did you ever get contacted again, or that was it?
No, I've been kept looking over my back for a few years. I tell
Did
that
you
now.
ask your friend to corroborate your story?
He knows about it. I can still do it. He'd go along with me and tell me exactly what happened. And I was talking about. Actually, I got talking about them about life after death, and Christ. Not a preacher, but I'm saying about. You had a man 2,000 years ago that came down to tell you things, but you strung him up, and all got on about reincarnation and everything, and they were like that. This goes on, and this is the thing that happens. Whether they come from our time or another time. We don't know. This is what I kept saying to them. They're there, and that's it. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's because I'm seeing you.
And they wanted to know about every blade of grass.
Everything, every single detail.
How strange.
And I like that, write it all down. But at the end of the day, it was like, as I got thrown out the door, they said, no, you saw her with the balloon, but can we keep that picture you drew? And that was it. And now, I tell you what, I was a bit frightened. I thought, we've got to get the train back, and we got out quick enough. I couldn't believe it, honest to God. I just got grilled.
How close did that man get to you from the hill?
I would say from here to the bar. From here to the bar out there.
And you originally told me you didn't feel afraid, but your friend
No,
was so panicky that eventually you began to feel afraid.
He got me so panicky. I was waiting for him. If he hadn't been with me, I wish he hadn't been with me, because I would have met this. He was a very tall person, close-fitting gown. He wasn't one of them little greys that come around the
What
web.
color, was he blonde or dark?
I couldn't see because it was night time, the stars were out. He had a whole fitting gown on, a bit like that woman that ran in the Olympics, with all the headgear on,
Yeah, like a lycra.
a bit like her. It was just like her, as fit as he come, very quite lean, and came walking towards me with a kind of red light. He had this red beam on, I don't know what it was, but it didn't give out any light. Of course, well, that's when he started panicking. That was it. If you see somebody panicking really bad, he makes you think, And he just grabbed me out. I'm going, no, wait. He's coming towards us, he's coming. And that was it, He started panicking so much. It was
Did your friend ever talk about it again?
Oh, it freaked his life out, actually. It did freak his life out for a while. He was locked in his room for a week. He didn't come out of his room for a week. But wardrobes against his windows and doors. He only opened his door to go for a pee or get his mum's meals in. He was terrified. I said, what are you terrified for? I said, you knackered it up for me, I could have been there and met somebody, I had a right go at him, after it,
Weren't you suspicious getting a letter the next day to join the U.S.?
Very suspicious. Because
How did they even know?
In those days, it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I said, I got a letter the next day. There was no postmark on it, anything. You must go to this meeting.
The form you filled out, did it
But
say...
the guy rang me up that morning. How did he know? I filled the form
Well, what
out
did the form say?
in a local
UFO?
police station.
What was it? A regular police?
No,
or a special form
a
for
local
you?
old police station in Epsom.
Was a special form for UFOs or just a general?
It was a special form for you.
It was a special
that you
form.
filled in, what you saw and what you did. And the very next, we left at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm getting a phone call. So God knows what went on.
Did he ask you questions on the phone?
Oh, he said, Mr. Leather. I said, yes. I said, who are you? He said, never mind who I am. About that UFO you saw last night. I said, who are you? That was the next word he said. I said, who are you? He said, never mind. I said, I've told you who I am. About that UFO you saw last night, forget it. It was a weather balloon. Oh yeah, I thought, great. Now when I started laughing, I said, I'm telling you now, it's a weather balloon. I should put the phone down there. I thought,
Did your friend fill out the police report?
no, just
also?
me. It was only me that filled it out. Only me that filled
Did
it
you
out.
put his name down?
No, I don't. No, because there's more than him. There was the other two that saw it as well, landing, you know, and I just filled it in. It was just one of the things. And we were all buzzing when we walked in. An old sergeant there with a mug of tea, you know. Calm down, what's going on? And I filled it in, like. But I wish I hadn't been with him that night. And I met somebody from another planet, basically. Well, from another... Whether it was from another planet or whether it was secret, top secret, I do not know. That's another thing you go on, see. This is what you got to watch, you know.